Might as well get this over with.
Hey, Stuffy.
Prospector, how are you? It's been a while.
Yes, it has. Sorry I've been scarce, but we can do some catching up this evening if you want.
Oh?
You bet. I just swung by to pick up Hans here and take him out for supper at Subterranean Sorrel's Bar and Grill. You're welcome to join us.
Yeah, the more the merrier. I don't think I've heard of this place. Subterranean Sorrels?
Oh, it's right up here on Sharpsburg Pike about 2 or 3 miles, on the left after you get past the battlefield.
Really? I go to work that way. I must have been missing it all this time.
Well, that's no wonder, son. You can't see it from the main road. It's underground.
Oh.
Yeah, it's run by some gophers, but they're clean and all. Every Friday they have a poetry night, and I'm going to cheer old Hans on as he tries out some new material.
It is the purest distillation of the actor's art. Just myself, my words, and a microphone.
Was that a pun?
Of course not.
Well, I wish I could come along, but I have something I have to do. I'm sorry to miss your poetry, Hans. I'm sure it'll be something.
If you like, I can share with you one selection from tonight's program.
Oh, I wouldn't want to put you on the spot.
This is called Family Picnic.
Okay.
Darkness. A muted rush of water growing louder as though the volume knob of the universe were being twisted clockwise, so loud that the confused whimpers of the others beside me are lost in the white noise. Light floods in as you open the lid, and the rush becomes the roar of a raging torrent. One at a time, you reach in, pick us up between your teeth, lift us out of the basket. I am last of all. I cannot see over the tightly knit wall of wicker. I can only listen as they drown.
Oh my God.
Finally, I am all that is left. I cower in the corner. I squeeze shut my eyes. I brace for the inevitable. But there is nothing. No jaws lifting me up by the neck. No river sweeping me away as it forces itself into my lungs. I relax, unrolling like a caterpillar. I struggle over the wicker wall. You have slipped in the mud and stumbled into the water. I glimpse you for only a moment before you disappear and become like my brothers and sisters. No breath, no beating heart, no life. Except for me, who in your death finds salvation. These are the only souvenirs I have of our family picnic. These memories. And the question, why, Mother?
Wow. Is that true?
All art is true.
Of course. Well, have fun.
Danke.
You thought that was dark? You should have heard the first draft.
Yeah, it definitely helped to add jokes.
See you, Stuffy.
Bye. Here we go.
Whatever it is you want, make it fast. I'm hosting a live stream in 10 minutes.
This won't take long. Did you call the Mid-Atlantic Food Bank about Wilhelmina and me?
Why? Have you two recently faced repercussions for your illicit workplace affair?
Just tell me. There are only so many people who knew about it. I know you heard me mention it a few times while you were here, and you threw it in my face before you left.
Before you kicked me out.
I just need to know, Joff, was it you?
You know what, Stuffy? I need you to know, too. It was me.
Why?
I guess I could tell you that I was offended at your immoral behavior and the hypocrisy you showed when you lectured me about my choices, but the truth is, you sided against me. That was a mistake. You're going to pay for it. And you're not the only one.
How did this all go so wrong?
How did what go wrong?
It was Joff who called the Mid-Atlantic Food Bank about me and Wilhelmina. He's the one who got us suspended.
What? That little creep. I can't believe that. No, wait, I can totally believe that.
Believe what?
Joff is the one who reported Stuffy and Wilhelmina for having sex at the office. He's responsible for getting them suspended.
He's not responsible. I'm responsible. Wilhelmina is responsible. Joff just told people what we did.
However you want to say it, it doesn't surprise me. I knew that little twerp couldn't be trusted.
We did something wrong. We broke the rules. But even so, I can't believe Joff would do something like this.
Why can't you believe it?
Because I've known him since he was a pup. When he was my protege in the Big Brothers program, I spent more time with him than his own parents did. I thought he was like family to me.
Family doesn't mean they can't hurt you.
I know.
It also doesn't mean you can't hurt them back.
That won't help anything. I think the best thing to do, given everything that's happened, is to just wait for the investigation to finish and just accept whatever the consequences are. What really concerns me is the other thing Joff said when I spoke with him just now, about how I'm not the only one who's going to pay.
What did he say?
That I'm not the only one who's going to pay.
Who was he talking about? Me? Did he threaten me?
I don't know, he wasn't specific.
Because nobody threatens a husky.
What if he was talking about somebody else?
Look, you need to deal with your own problems.
Joff is all of our problem now. And it's my fault. I can't help but think that if I had been there for him the whole time, if we hadn't lost touch, I could have influenced him to be better. I don't know.
It's not your fault, Stuffy.
I feel like it is.
Maybe you're right that you could have steered him in another direction, but at the end of the day, you are not responsible for someone else's choices, especially if you weren't even there when they were making them.
Sounds like an easy way to let myself off the hook.
Exactly. So what's the problem? Look, I know you feel like you're to blame for Joff turning out the way he did, and I know you think there was more that you could have done to prevent it, and that you'd like to help him now, but what if you can't? What if this is just the way Joff is? It reminds me of the story I once heard.
Is it the scorpion and the frog?
Hold on, let me see if I can remember it.
If it's the scorpion and the frog, I'm pretty sure we've all heard it.
A scorpion comes to a river and he sees this frog nearby.
It's the scorpion and the frog. We know the story.
And the scorpion says, "Frog, can you carry me across the river?" And the frog says, "I don't want to. What if you sting me when we're halfway across? Then I'll drown."
Millicent's right, I know this story.
And the scorpion says, "I won't do that. If I sting you halfway across, I'll drown too."
So the frog says yes, and the scorpion stings him anyway.
I'm getting there, just hold on. So the frog says yes, and they're crossing the river, and halfway across, the scorpion
stings the frog.
Everyone knows this story.
And as the frog is going under, he says to the scorpion, "Why did you do that? Now we'll both drown." And the scorpion says to the frog, "I couldn't help it. It's my nature."
Yep. Very relevant.
What does Wilhelmina think of all of this?
I called her last night to tell her I suspected it was Joff who turned us in, but she said she didn't want to discuss it. She said it's probably best that we don't talk to each other while the investigation is ongoing.
Why not?
She said we'll look more honest that way, like we're just telling the truth and not coordinating with each other to get our story straight.
How would they know if you were talking to each other or not? Are they going to subpoena your phone records, for Christ's sake?
It's what I would do.
It strikes me as a little paranoid too, but if that's how she wants to handle it, that's what we'll do. Given recent events, I'm not sure I'm the one to be deciding what we should do anyway. Maybe I'm overreacting, but I just don't trust my own judgment right now.
I have no idea what that feels like.
You're probably right, Stuffy. Best thing for you is just to scoot over and let somebody else drive, at least for a while. And on that note, who wants sheets for dinner?
I don't feel like sheets tonight. If you want fast food, can't we just go to Wendy's? Their fries are better anyway.
No. That proves it. I am making this decision. Your judgment is clearly compromised. Big bucket of Sheets fries will fix you right up.
Onion rings for me.
Now see, that is a good decision.
Are you gonna get that?
I'm not the receptionist.
Right. But you were the receptionist, and I never was, which means of the two of us, you're the closest to being the receptionist.
I don't find that persuasive.
All right, fine, I'll answer it for fuck's sake.
Why don't you have a phone at your own desk?
What the fuck do I need with a phone? What the hell do you want?
This is Bosco Bastion's Featherworth.
Same question.
I demand an explanation.
For what?
For why your partner, Toby Benson, told me to meet him and then never showed up.
How the hell should I know? He never told me he was meeting you anywhere. Did he say anything to you?
No. Where are you?
At a saloon somewhere in the godforsaken Bowery of this city called the Wolf's Den.
I've never heard of it.
Neither has the GPS on my phone. I had to ask a vagrant for directions who knew just where to point me. Some private eye you are. I'm still new here. I haven't learned all the ins and outs yet. But speaking of out, that's where I'd like to be. This joint is disreputable to say the least. So leave. That may not be an option. They don't call this place the Wolf's Den for nothing. With the exception of myself, every other patron in the establishment is some variety of canine. Why should I help you, the bastard running a rival agency and taking money out of our pockets? Because your partner lured me here, and if I am torn to shreds in the next few minutes, my bloody feathers will be on your hands. I don't find that persuasive.
Should I go pick him up?
No. Just get up and walk out for fuck's sake. I don't think I'd make it to the door. Some of the wait staff are behaving quite aggressively. How long have you been there? For over an hour. Have you ordered yet? No. Well, that's why they're being hostile to you, you brick. Drink a couple of beers, settle up, and walk out. I think I've been here too long. A couple of beers will not be enough to buy my way out of some dog making me into duck confit. Duck confit takes too long. They'll roast you if they decide to eat you. I feel like they won't allow me to leave unmolested unless I order some food. Get the onion rings.
Why'd you recommend the onion rings? Have you been to that place?
The onion rings are good everywhere. And yeah, I've been.
Why did Toby Benson ask to meet him there?
To establish the dominant position. A duck in the bad parts of town surrounded by hungry, drunken dogs is a power play. He did it to intimidate our #1 competitor.
Obviously. But why didn't he show up?
No idea.
Do you know where he is now?
Who am I, his bloody secretary? Toby Benson Investigations, baby. How can I help you?
Hey, baby, it's me. Is Squirrel there?
I'm right here.
Where are your ears burning, you bastard? We were just talking about you. Where the hell are you?
I'm in fucking jail, baby.
Hey folks, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Here to tell you about how you can help us out is Jack McPherson. Jack?
Hello. Right, so I want to go back to what you were saying about Catholics.
What?
What you were saying about Catholics the last time we were doing this.
Jack, that was like a month ago.
So? I've been busy.
That's fine. I
We
wasn't.
can't all blather onto a camera about Star Trek for a living.
Okay.
Oh, look at me. I've thought of some clever things to say about the Pabst Blue Ribbon of science fiction.
That's a little harsh. I suppose you prefer a more highbrow form of sci-fi.
I don't care for any of it. I prefer something a bit more true to life, like House of Cards, or The Haunting of Hill House, or House.
Those are true to life?
I live in a house, don't I?
I get it.
I don't live in fucking outer space.
Fair enough. Can you do the Patreon pitch?
Whatever. Hello again. If you enjoyed this episode, please click like and share the video and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss new videos. And if you want to help us to make more videos, consider becoming a supporter of this channel with a monthly donation through Patreon. Go to www.patreon.com/Steve Shives to become a patron.
Thanks, Jack.
So what's this about the Catholics drinking blood?
Well, we were talking about the Eucharist. How the Catholic Church teaches that when you receive the Eucharist, the bread and wine are miraculously transformed into the body and the blood of Christ.
So they're a vampire cult.
From a certain point of view.
They're a lot of blood drinkers. It always tasted of wine to me.
The Church has that covered. Catholic doctrine also teaches that the physical attributes of the bread and the wine remain unchanged. It's just the substance of them that transubstantiates into the body and the blood of Christ.
How is it you know more about the teachings of my church than I do?
Oh, I'm an atheist. We often demonstrate broad but shallow knowledge of any number of religions.
Is that so? Well, I'll see you in hell, you atheistic bastard.
That's harsh.
No, it came out wrong. I just meant it's nice to know I'll have company.
Aww.
All right.